If you value close access to significant decision makers in the Department of Defense and the U.S. government space, and an opportunity to have real value-added time spent with prime contractors and like suppliers, then Showcase for Commerce is for you. So we started in 2005, and at that point we were 3 or 4 employees. We had our first booth, which was basically a backdrop and 4 people sitting in front just explaining what Kongsberg did, and it just gave us a chance to start networking in the community. I was asked if I would be willing to golf in the Showcase golf outing. And as we were pulling into the shed to stay dry, Bill Protech pulled in right behind us. I introduced Bill to Knut, who's our director of marketing, and they started talking a little bit about the Kongsberg products and why we came to Johnstown. And then it ended and we went off and finished the round. Next day at Showcase, Bill comes to our booth, starts talking to Knut a little more, and says, you really should meet the people that I'm up armoring Humvees for these guys that are going right to Iraq. You should meet them. So a little while later, he brings these guys over to our booth. They see our system and they are extremely interested. And they want to have a meeting at our facility the next morning at 9 o'clock. So after the Merthyr breakfast, they come up to our facility, do a tour, see a demonstration. And I never got the exact details on the contract, but I heard it was significant, like 100 million significant. And it resulted from that introduction and that tour from Showcase. And I always tell people, like, our supply chain is very difficult to get into. It takes a lot to get qualified. It's expensive for us to qualify a new supplier, and there's a lot of risk to it. So it's not an easy deal. But if I can't take you on in my supply chain, maybe I have a supplier that could use you for something. And so it's all about networking and putting yourself in the right position to be successful and to meet the right person at the right time and get that opportunity. And for us, that was basically our first major contract that came from Showcase. And it was that impromptu, informal meeting that just happened, and you never know when it's going to occur. And I definitely don't want to sound like I'm bashing or talking down on the other shows because they're great events, but to be able to spend almost an hour with, high-ranking decision makers, it just doesn't happen at any other show. It's a very tight-knit, intimate setting with the representatives, with the decision makers, with the supply chain, with the decision makers at the prime contractors. You don't get time like this at other shows. They're moving you along and they have hundreds of other people to see. Here it's not the case. You actually get time, good quality time to spend with people here.